and Samantha Hannah. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Well, I think we're up and rolling, guys.
So why did you do an episode by yourself, dude? That's like weird. It's like, oh, you should listen to this episode we did. It was the greatest episode ever. And I was like, I haven't listened to it yet, but it sucks. You know why I know? Because I'm not on it.
You know, that's true.
It's a three-man team with a man missing. I mean, come on. And now Aaron, Aaron does one by himself. Like, it's all what matters. He's like, oh, boy, I got asked a really good question. I had thoughts on it.
Yeah, and you know what else?
I have thoughts all the time. I don't share them.
I'm
told I shouldn't share them.
I have a producer that says he wants content.
Content. I need content. Content is important. We need to always have. Oh, sorry.
That's what happened.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I made content.
That's what happened.
That's what I did. And you know what? It was very liberating. Have you guys ever talked to yourself before?
No.
Yes.
Well, but
yeah,
not,
you've talked to yourself. Yeah.
Not recorded.
The therapist says it's good for me.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's
not
what
recorded though.
That's what it's like doing a show by yourself.
Okay.
You know, when you're sitting here and you're trying to imagine that you've got an audience in front of you, but you don't even fucking know if they're going to listen.
That's dangerous.
I know.
It
right?
is. I'm with you.
But you know what's
danger?
But what's weird? What came out of me is nothing like the dynamic I have when these two are here. I actually sounded like someone inspirational.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It was fucking weird. I'm like, oh man, I am kind of cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So the whole aspect.
That's called an ego. Take note in your head, just ego.
When Aaron told me he did a show by himself, my thought was, hey, there's nobody here to shoot him eyes to let him know that he's gone too far.
Right.
I know. That helps, though.
But it was peaceful. It was quiet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
No one down here to
shoot
you eyes.
No.
Shit you eyes. Shoot you eyes.
Oh, shoot you eyes. Okay. I was like, what is shoot you eyes?
That's how you get pink eye.
I'm going to save that one. Why don't you want to cuss?
Because
our guest is here and she's 17.
Right,
which is, I'm sure
she's
all about cussing, but I'm still.
You know what I mean?
I know, right?
I was horrible.
The coolest.
I know. She's an actress. She goes around. She's got to play the role. I'm sure she's had to say a word here
trying
too.
to be respectful.
I mean, if she's going to do something with us one of these days, she's going to be a foul-mouthed person.
Well,
especially if I
write
write
the script. You're going to be around foul-mouthed people.
Already am.
Right.
Okay, so
it depends where we are.
We've seen the some.
I know it's got to be everywhere.
We've seen some of the things that she's been in, and we know the people that she was on screen with.
True.
So we know what she's been like.
True.
Hanging out with Peter and all those people. It's like, I'm sure Peter was walking around like, excuse me, ma'am, would you mind? No, people are like,
probably not.
That's fucking great. Let's do that again.
Would you like some Grey Poupon?
Oh, goodness.
Well, who is our guest today?
Sanae.
Ooh.
Hello.
Beautiful Sanae.
Should I say that last name? God, she told me too what it was. Lutis?
Oh, you got it wrong.
That's the way you wanted to say it.
How is it?
Loutsis.
Lutzis. God damn it. Man.
You were close. You were close.
I have a horrible time with names.
It's alright.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Honestly, I do too, and you'd think I'd be better with a hard name, but I'm just not.
No, but you can say your name, which is good.
Yeah.
I couldn't do
That
it.
is helpful.
He has trouble with his own name.
I do.
I mean, if you really want to get real with it, my name isn't even pronounced correctly. You want to hear the story about it?
Yes,
Yes.
please. Yes,
So-
please.
Wait, even by you? You don't pronounce it correctly?
Technically.
All right, tell us.
So it's my mom's middle name, and she told my dad her middle name, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's Sanae," which is because Japanese. And
Okay.
he was like, "Wow, that's so pretty. I love Sanaya." And then she never corrected him.
Okay.
And so it's just been Sanaya.
Sanaya.
But it's really Sanae, but
I'd like Sanae too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got
What
flair.
what would you prefer?
I just like Sanaya because that's all I respond
Sanaya.
to now.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Okay.
You're used to it?
yeah,
I respond to anything.
My dad used to say it sounded like you're throwing up if you add the A. It's just like, whoa, you chose the name. Why are you dissing it right now?
Love it. I love it.
Oh man, it's good. Well, we're really happy you're here.
I'm
It
happy to
explains
be
why
here.
you're beautiful.
Yes.
It really does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Here's one of the fun things is it's like, here's something that we're also dealing with scripts and everything else and getting people on screen and people growing up so fast is when we first started to pay attention to who you are, when we started our show 2 years ago, which by the way, our beautiful guest here is part of our 2-year anniversary show.
Oh yeah, it's a 2-year.
So
right
this
now.
is a wonderful thing. But
Right.
the funny thing is you were so little.
You were little.
You were so young when you
kinda
started, and now you're out
little.
hunting for colleges.
I know, it's crazy.
We're
isn't it?
dead.
Yeah. That's
Where's the little girl that can crawl over the back seats and be all cute? No, now she's the one in the back with the attitude.
It goes by so
Don't
fast.
worry, I didn't grow height-wise at all. I can still crawl.
Oh, you're good. Okay, good.
It's good to know.
Good to know.
She'll fit in the box we want to shove her in.
Exactly.
Sorry, wrong movie idea.
You know what's funny? I finished Stranger Things yesterday.
Don't go.
Oh, yeah.
No, not too much detail.
You know what?
It's
I
fucking
was
weird.
on a plane coming home from New York yesterday. I started watching it for the first time, and I finished season 1. It was great.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You wait.
You finished season 1 on the plane back from New York?
Yeah.
Oh, you just wait. You just wait.
I'm excited.
You could not do that
I
with 4
watched an
seasons.
episode on the way here. You know,
Good
Now
for
she
you.
had a good ride back.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 3 and 4 are
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. It's so good.
But the thing is that the kids are growing up so fast, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was why I brought it up, because
Right.
I know those the Duffer Brothers, the guys who
Right.
created the show,
Yeah.
actually are going to have to do a time jump
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
next season to finish it off, because they're like, everybody's getting so big.
You
They're
guys
not-
are just so.
They're
You know
all
what I
big.
mean? I just, the guys all changed a little.
Yeah, it's hard. I would imagine to, when you like us with the project we started.
Yeah.
Like it was like 4 years ago we started this Say Goodbye, and then COVID hit and all this shit happened in our lives and we had to postpone it, film some of it. We're about halfway done, and then now we're like, huh, okay, well, we had a younger kid in our
And
film,
girl.
and she is
Girl,
not little no
especially.
more.
Like 5'6", and she was like,
It sucks.
10
Yeah.
when we started.
You
I
guys,
know, yeah.
you guys
You
fucking
guys
grow.
just- Yeah, it's so bad.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry, I'd stop if I
No,
could.
I
it's
know.
so bad.
You're screwing up the
But
movies.
so good.
I mean, we took such a long pause. The young lady who plays my daughter had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That.
I
Yeah.
know.
Oh, she's in her 20s. She
Okay.
just happened to be playing my teenage
Okay,
daughter.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, she's gonna be a grown ass woman by the time we get that movie.
Yeah, it's like we were trying to figure out. Oh, we might have to hide the baby bump. Not anymore. The baby just can be in the,
The
scene.
baby's here.
Be sitting on the table behind
Yeah.
us.
But
well,
No one knows this, but Sanae actually auditioned for Stranger Things season 4.
oh, she did.
Did.
The part she auditioned
What?
for ended up being a male. So,
Oh,
Oh.
Okay. I wonder if that was Eddie's
come
part.
on. Everybody can do
I
that.
definitely. I was meant to be Eddie.
Eddie's a
Yeah,
shit.
I
He's a
feel like
shit.
you could have fit that.
Woo,
perfectly.
he's badass.
Yes.
Um,
You know, I would totally have the mullet. I would go for it.
yeah,
Yes.
he's dope. He's dope. He's the man.
These guys both had a mullet, if you can believe that.
Yeah, I had a black,
Yeah,
I had a black man
I used to
mullet.
have
Oh, I
hair.
thought you said they have them, and I
No,
was like,
they
I'm
had-
not seeing a mullet.
I mean, they're
I
bald
don't
now, but
Well, you can do so
Back
much with
in the
wigs
day.
nowadays. I mean,
Sure.
hair pieces are a wonderful thing.
You can see the picture on the way in or on the way out.
yeah.
If you
His
if,
football,
if, on the
on
way
how-
in, you might not have
picture.
came back all the way in here to do it.
his football picture.
If you have to
is
leave
straight
quickly
mullet.
because you're uncomfortable, she might not see anything except the door right behind her.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, that's why we put the door
There's
there.
always an escape plan that goes straight to the backyard to the
Yeah.
drive to the parking lot,
If these guys
Thank
freak
goodness.
you out, you can just.
just in case you need to know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Or if there's a
Noted.
fire, there you go. We've handled their safety.
That's right.
Elle and I, there you go. We've taken care of safety while on the show today.
Oh,
Being
man.
a business owner is hard in Washington.
It is.
Aw, feel so bad for
Do
you.
we have anything else we want to talk about before we get into Sanae?
I would love to get into.
Who?
I said it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, say it again.
Sanaya.
Yeah.
Okay,
there
great.
you go.
Yeah.
But closer
Sanaya.
better.
Sanaya.
Who?
Sanaya. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm trying hard. What else we got? Anything?
No.
There's
No?
lots of things to talk about, but let's start with her.
Okay.
And then
okay.
we can like
just
get
fill in some
distracted.
gaps. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sanaya, thanks for coming.
Thank you
Welcome
for
to
having
Around the
me.
Reel.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Around the Reel.
Welcome to Around the Reel.
And why don't you tell our audience, which is probably a lot of people you do know that are listening, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people you may not know, and they'd like to know who you are. So why don't you explain who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Sanae Loutsis. I'm 17 and I'm an actress, have been for like almost 14 years now. And I live in Seattle and I do some acting in some movies, casually on, whatever.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Whenever you're not in school
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Or-
much. Or
or-
whenever I am in school.
or
too,
dealing
you
with
know.
your teenage activities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You started acting when you were 3 years old.
4, but I'm almost 18. in
Okay,
like a couple
fair
months,
enough.
So it's almost 14.
Okay. So 4 years old.
Yes.
Okay. I'm shitting my pants still when I'm
I
4
know.
years old.
Like, well,
How did
our
you
kids
do this?
wouldn't
I
do.
still am now.
I know you are, Joe.
You know,
Sam.
We have 5 kids.
I know.
Our kids will not do it.
No, they used
No.
to. They used to when they were
when they were
little.
They
little.
I
didn't
know.
realize
When
they
they
had
were
a
little.
choice when they were little. That's
Yeah.
why.
No, they thought it was cool
Yeah.
and badass, kind of like we do now. And then they kind of, oh no, actually the boys keep wanting to make something. Especially
Really?
JoJo. He wants to make something.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
He
You mean
does. So
the king of TikTok?
yeah, JoJo. He wants to do
TikTok
something.
king. Oh my
So,
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, my son Joe still is like, Dad, we need to make a movie again. I'm like, all right, bro, we'll figure it out.
Aw.
But I know that's kind of cool. But everybody else is kind of like,
Yeah,
not being
most
them
of 'em.
anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking kids.
Hey, like I get it. They might get back into it because when I was like in maybe like 5th grade, 4th grade, something like that, I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm retiring. I'm done.
You were done.
And then like a year or two later, I was like, actually, it was kind of
Maybe.
fun now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe let's keep doing it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Your dad is with us today, by the
He
way. We didn't
is.
introduce him
Yep,
because he's
Sean.
here. Sean is here. Hey, buddy.
He
Glad you're
insists
here.
on staying off camera.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's like there's 2 chairs, one that kind of puts you over her shoulder,
Yeah.
and one that put nope, I'm good.
Yeah,
Off the grid.
yeah. So if a voice pops in now and then, that is Daddy. Daddy's
Yes.
here with us today.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for bringing her, bud.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of movies.
I've
Yes,
done
you have.
my fair share.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
you
Hey, I was looking at your IMDb yesterday.
I'm
and
dying
like,
to know what you were in New York for.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know if she can actually explain that. If she went to New York for something.
Well, you can be very vague.
Well, I
She
actually
went to
just-
New York. There you go.
I actually just went to go visit colleges. So
Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
Are you trying to go to college there?
I don't know.
Thinking
you know,
about it?
I checked out a couple.
Okay.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
How do you have the balls being 17, living in Washington, leaving everybody and going across the country to go to school? Because I went to school here.
Yeah.
I was
and it-
chicken shit. I went to school in
Right?
Puyallup,
It's
and
hard.
I was getting offers to play football in different states,
Mm-hmm.
countries. So I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go to Austria and play football." It's like, what? No, states. And I got
across the
scholarship
country,
offers
though.
from all these different schools, and some of them were like big AAA schools,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I chose UPS because I didn't want to leave home.
Hey, you know, to each their own.
Girls are badass. You guys don't care. You guys will
know.
leave the
You're-
nest and not give a shit. And
so
boys will hang
far.
out, put their
Yeah.
fucking name on the orange juice in their mom's house and be like, "Don't touch my shit." You know,
Yeah,
they
I'm
don't want
not
to
gonna
leave.
lie. All of junior year, I've just been like, man, I cannot wait until I'm out of here.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
And leave
Our
your
girl-
dad?
Think about our girls.
How you gonna leave your
though.
dad, bro?
I mean, it's just it's
Like
not,
Chuck's daughter just did the same thing, right? I know she's leaving. You guys just
I'm
leave.
going to Tennessee for a year. Okay, that's not bad. Before we go to New Zealand. Wait, what?
I know.
I know.
It's like,
yeah.
wow. You guys
Girls
don't
are
give a
out.
shit.
They're out.
Bye.
Girls are gone.
Breaking daddy's hearts and stuff. You know
This
what
is,
I
You're
mean?
gonna-
this
I
is
need
not
to
going to be
change
an emotional
your
episode.
Wow. What's the drive though? Do you have a reason for it? That you're not afraid?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. I want something different.
That is so brave.
All right.
Now, are you
So
looking
brave.
at schools for the performing arts, or
Um,
what exactly are you looking for?
Specifically, like the arts. I don't really know what area of the arts, but one of them. Fine arts, maybe acting. I don't know. Never say never. But
Yeah.
I've been doing that for like 15 years, guys. Let's dabble in something different.
All right.
Yeah, you've done a lot. You have.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
How are you going to balance school with your acting career?
I mean, I've been doing it for a while now,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It'll
Think
just
of it-
kind of work out somehow.
It always
It's
does.
Yeah.
doable.
No, that is true.
You
know.
just kind of make it work, you know?
Yeah.
That's right. You find the time.
For sure.
You make it. Yeah.
Yep.
You find it or make it. Yeah, that's what I talked about on my solo episode. No, you have
That you
to.
can listen to before you hear this one if you remember
Yeah.
not to skip it.
No, it's true. That's cool.
Also,
very
low key,
cool.
I've just been like talking to my parents about it. They're not on this board, but like, I'm like, you know what? If I got a huge role, I'm just like, maybe college gets shoved to the side for a little
Well,
bit,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I hear that.
Okay.
I hear it.
I
I,
get
hear it. I understand.
Exactly.
I get it.
I
They don't like
understand.
that as much,
Well, I get it.
Yeah.
But then again, what in your eyes is a huge role?
Yeah.
Is it a high paying opportunity, or is it a high profile opportunity?
High profile, because then it leads to more in the future.
That's
you
right.
know?
Okay.
Potentially,
That's right.
if you want it.
True. True.
You know, being another dad in the room and a grandfather.
Oh,
and
geez.
Jesus, Lord mold. I will say this, that if you choose not to go to for your school, there's plenty of online things that you can do while you're
True.
chasing that opportunity. Just wanted to put that out there for Dad, who's being quiet during this whole part.
Yeah, trying to suck
I
her
got,
daughter.
I got your back, brother.
Not as fun though.
What?
You got to experience stuff. I know. I
You
mean,
do
it's sad,
it.
but I get
You
it.
do.
I get
you
it.
do.
The funny thing is,
You know
like
what I
this-
mean, Sam?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
get it. I
My
get it.
mother texted me the other day and told me that my daughter was being selfish for taking off to go to away, and she told me because she's selfish and doesn't want her to leave, and I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity for her to expand and grow. She's young; it's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm here saying the same thing to you, not sound more like my mom.
Right. Yeah, it's rough.
Trying hard though.
It's hard on us dads. Remember that when you just pack up to leave and wave goodbye, and it's all gonna be okay.
Parents are selfish.
And emotional.
Yeah, we are kind of.
You're always going to be your dad's baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
He
that's
tells
it.
me all the time.
That's
What's
his
he gonna
baby girl.
do though? If you're like out there, what's he gonna do?
He and my mom like to say they're gonna like date again. Basically.
That's
So
no joke.
I love that. I
badass.
love that. That's what we should do, Aaron.
Get them all out so we can
Yeah.
actually do something.
Yeah.
And
How old are your kids?
Oh gosh,
They-
they're
oh,
old
yeah.
enough to leave, but they won't leave.
Yeah.
That mean they've left, but they keep coming back, hanging out.
I know.
I
They
mean,
always
that's
hang
cool.
out here.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I thought I was going to save some money and not have to cook for everybody. And everybody's here all the fucking time.
I wanted to downsize, and I didn't, and now my kids all came home with more kids.
Yeah. they go,
Yeah.
your
And that's
grandpa
what
now.
happens.
I
Yeah.
love my
And we're
family, though.
grandparents as well.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You don't understand, okay? They didn't do anything wrong.
Ma'am, they used automatic rifles to shoot someone in the face.
Yeah, but he's not dead, okay? He never dies. I don't understand why you're not getting that.
Ma'am, I can assure you, that man is tied up on the sidewalk right over there. Is dead.
But you don't understand. It's Michael Myers.
So you're looking at colleges. You're looking at New York, and then I'm going to guess probably California, since you're looking at arts possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any friends that are chasing you to where you might have support where you're going? Are you going like just raw and just like I'm doing my life by myself, forget everybody, until I have to call somebody and be like, hey, how are you? But what are you doing? What is your plan? Do you have anybody chasing you with any friends?
I definitely have a few friends with me that are like similarly kind of going into similar-ish fields. One of my best friends is looking into architecture, so we're looking at certain similar schools, but he also goes to a different school and is like in the IB program, and so he's very high achieving. I am too, but I can't do as much in my school.
I'm sorry. Wait
I
a
hear
second.
you.
He's very high achieving. What's your grade point average right now?
So 4.0.
And
But-
with
You're a
your
4.0
crazy ass
student?
schedule, you're a 4.0 student. Oh yeah, but he's like, oh my gosh.
well, like academically, he's above.
No,
Anyways.
I get it. Like
Yeah.
when you talk to him, he's just like super smart.
Yeah,
I
like
get it.
like we were both taking physics this year,
Yeah.
or this last year, and he's in like IB physics or whatever because he goes to that school, and then I just have my like AP physics, and he's just talking about all the things that they've been doing. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, I have
about.
no idea. what you're fucking
Didn't learn that. I'm so sorry.
When I was in school, they didn't offer physics unless you were in your 5th year of college.
Oh,
They didn't?
They didn't offer physics in
Dude,
high
I
school.
took
when we were
physics
in
like in my junior year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
I
have
did.
physics. We had all kinds of mathematics at our school,
Yeah.
but we never went into
No.
actual physics.
No, they had physics there. And then they
Yeah.
had AP something. I didn't take that in my senior year. I was a pussy. I didn't do it.
Well, you've established that by saying that you stayed local because you were scared to go anywhere.
Yeah, I was scared. Well, you don't have any fear. That's what I like. Like when you were a kid, were you afraid to get in front of the camera for the first time?
no. I
Okay.
did develop it later, but then I'm like out of it now.
Okay.
When you developed it, was it after you took a break?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also like junior high, so I was like a junior higher in middle school.
All
and
the
I'm just, like,
awkwardness in life.
Yeah.
How long was that break you took?
I think it was a couple years or so, maybe.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
something I'm gonna be shorter than maybe like a year, but
Okay. Yeah, it's like we have Coach Rick on our show. He's a acting coach here and a motivator for people, and he does segments on this program. And he was just talking about that, like you work and work and work at your craft, right? And you can become very good at it. But if you stop, you'll lose your skill.
Yeah.
You lose your skill. Like his black belt, or his teacher when he got his black belt in martial arts said, now the learning's going to begin. When he finally got his black belt, like Jesus, you know what I mean? You've been doing years of martial arts and you get your black belt, and then they go, now you're going to finally learn something. You're like, what? But if you stop doing your craft, you become rusty.
No, it's so true.
Yeah.
Like, I remember coming back from it, I was just like, I feel like I'm not as good as I was. I feel like I need a little bit more practice now.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. We'll look at our camera like it's a foreign object because we haven't filmed something in like 6-8 months. And we look at it like, how the fuck did we get the ISO to what you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, it's crazy.
Didn't we program this? Yeah, the battery died.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You got to do something every day. You have to. It's weird. So you got afraid when you took a break.
Oh, yeah. And then just being, like, adding that on with being the awkward middle schooler, like, oh my gosh, it was intense, but...
How'd you break through it? What helped you?
Honestly, my parents a lot.
Okay.
They're, like, my biggest supporters, and they're just like, Sanae, you can just do it. Like, just go.
Right.
Fly. Yeah.
Fly, birdie, fly.
Yeah, you got to fly. No, that's a good point. It is. You got to just do it. Yeah, I had people asking me that question all the time, like, how are we doing what we're doing? And I was like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. You just go.
Pretty much.
You just do stuff. Yeah, you just do stuff.
Yeah,
Isn't
and I
that fun?
feel like for me too, like especially since high school and during COVID, actually, because it's a lot of time like with yourself. It's like realizing who I am, finding myself as a person, becoming more confident in that. And because like even my freshman year, I was a little bit like more quiet, but now it's just like, okay, I'm gonna live my best life, and you're just gonna be along for the ride, I guess.
That's
but...
right. That's right. You got to do you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I've been struggling with that off and on myself, like trying to figure out what we're doing and if it's right or wrong or if there's more we can do. I always feel like there's more, that you can do. And you've got like so many obstacles in your way when you're in the indie world, especially, and I'm sure that people that are out there in the studio have the obstacles too, but I can't relate to that,
Right.
I can't. I haven't been there yet. I said yet.
I know. I paid attention.
I don't know if I want to. I like indie stuff, but
I like indie stuff too. But if somebody wants to give us a bunch of money to make something really cool, I'm not going to say no.
Well, of course. But the thing is that you've got to kind of just keep always believing that what you're doing is on the right path. I try to do something every day for what we're doing. Every day.
Yeah.
Do you have that mentality?
Mostly, you know. I don't know about every single day because I'm definitely a person that believes in breaks.
Okay.
So, every once in a while, like during the school year, it'll be a weekend and I'm like, I do have some stuff to do, but today is a me day.
That's a you day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does that seem to recharge your batteries?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm very much a person that I run low on battery and it gets bad. It gets very bad. Mom can attest, Dad can attest, the attitude up, out of the roof.
Okay. So when you're not being creative, though, how do you feel?
I honestly, I'm a huge sleeper, so I'm usually just sleeping.
You just sleep it off?
Yeah, honestly. That's what I always tell my friends.
I would love to know what that's like.
I don't
Sorry,
really watch a lot of like TV or movies, and so sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, Sanae, have you watched a show?" And I'm like, honestly, no, I just sleep instead.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking about my mom a lot today.
Yes, you have.
We had a few conversations also, even during a pause, but getting to know them a little bit better. And my mom says, you never used to have a problem sleeping when you were a kid. I'm like, that's because I was stoned, Mom. That's different. I was stoned. That's why I was sleeping up until 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, but if I'm clear-headed, guess what? I get 4 hours of sleep and I'm fine. Let's go. Next.
I got you.
But that's funny because she's talking about taking a break, because I was thinking about that this morning as I was getting ready for my day and starting my day and doing my little video, is the fact that, it's a holiday weekend.
Yep.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, since this will probably air on Wednesday. and our 2-year anniversary. But that's what I was thinking is people are taking off for the weekend to go relax and do all these things. And I'm looking at my life and I'm like, I have a moment to sit down and get caught up on shot listing for what's next, getting ready for the next production, doing these next things, encouraging my buddy to write because he should be writing, all these kinds of things. So everybody has their way of relaxing, and I guess I have a really messed up thought of relaxation.
Yeah. I don't think that's messed up. It's just a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
You know? I also have to say, like, again, during COVID, having so much time, it's like finding hobbies that are related to what you do, but not the same thing. So I used to be full gung-ho acting. I also used to hate art. I had an art teacher that ruined everything for me. And then I had a good art teacher. And so now I really like painting and drawing and just making stuff. So it's like another way of...
Another outlet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I get it.
Well,
Okay.
you are
Okay.
on this show today because of COVID.
Exactly.
Because we had to start the show to do something to keep trying to meet people
Look
in our
at
area
that.
who do this.
We're coming full circle, guys.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I get it. So you find other creative ways during those off times for yourself. Okay. All right. You say you paint.
I do.
What do you paint?
I mean, lots of things. I like every single year, at least, sometimes more, I'll do some type of portrait of one of my nephews.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I just I was thinking maybe an apple,
Yeah.
maybe a tree. No, so I paint
I mean,
portraits.
I drew one of my Crocs one time, you know? It was like an assignment. They were like, yeah, just do a study and draw something, anything. And I was like, I'll draw my Croc. Okay?
Crocs are the shit. I love it.
I love my Crocs.
I
They're
know
so
most people
comfortable.
do. They're the ugliest shoes on the planet, but they're fun.
They are. They're comfy.
you-
I've had them for years. They fit my feet perfectly.
Love that.
Or
What-
maybe they don't anymore. I don't know. at this
You
point.
run through one pile of dog crap in Crocs, and you will never wear them again. It's like freaking Play-Doh magnet going out the sides.
That's hilarious.
No, you just put them under the hose. They wash off.
Yeah, you can just blow those things off.
Yeah.
They got holes all
You
in
could. It's faster to throw them away.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's okay. I'll just stick to
Everyone
my work
always
shoes.
hates on my Crocs. What's
Everybody hates on everybody's Crocs, but everybody buys them. It's funny.
yeah.
Okay, so you're acting. So I've seen you in one film. I haven't watched all your work. But
dare you.
I know it's messed up.
I
man.
haven't even.
Have you
watched
seen
all
any of our
work.
movies? That's what I thought.
I just told them how to find our movies.
Oh, good. Okay. No, I watched Roseblood, and I absolutely loved that movie. It was so much fun watching that, and I got to finally see you work. And I always wanted to see what's the Beast one, Beloved Beast.
Beloved Beast.
Yeah, I always want to see that. It was Jonathan's, right? Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, and I wanted to get to that one. And the Parish, I wanted to see, and you started that one.
I'm in the
actually.
middle of the Parish actually right now.
Okay.
Not just for you, for our friend Angela too.
Oh,
Yeah.
love Angela. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
she's awesome. So tell us about your experiences on sets and stuff. You know, being young and working with everybody. What's that like for you?
You know what? It's changed a lot over the years. I've noticed, like in the past, few sets I've been on, because I feel like I used to be, like I said, the awkward middle schooler, very quiet, just kind of like there to do my job, and I'm out, and that's kind of it.
Okay.
But lately, I've had so much more fun, like connecting with people, and like especially, I remember Roseblood particularly being one of the first where like. Just talking with everyone and we really just became a family. Like we all like meshed, and by the time we were over, I'm just like crying about it because I'm like, no, that means they have to leave now.
I know it's all done.
I know.
Yeah, it sucks. I get that completely. And the family thing I get too. That's how we feel when we're filming these movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird bond you get with people you don't know really
Right.
fast.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you miss them.
It's true.
That's
Yeah,
one of
it's
the,
lame.
yeah, when we first started doing our
lame.
stuff and we were using more friends than local talent to do our things when we were starting, there was always like, a big barbecue beforehand to get everybody over, to get everybody acquainted, to make sure everybody feels good. And then also we started using more things with more real actors as opposed to friends. And then everyone's like, well, Chuck, you can't just do that. People aren't going to drop everything to come over and have barbecue. Guess what? Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah, they probably will. They absolutely will.
They love getting to know who they're going to be working with.
Yeah, and the funny thing is when you work with friends that you had prior to filming with them in a film, you still get to talk to them every once in a while because they're your friends. So
Right.
these other people that you end up befriending on set that you become really close with, if you don't connect with them anymore after that, it's really fucking sad.
It is.
It sucks.
It's like, you remember how close you were on set. You're just like,
Yeah.
what happened?
I know,
Like,
and then everybody starts doing their own thing, and everybody starts branching off, going
Right.
to other stuff, and then they get new families. You're just like, fuck you, you and your new family. I mean, that's how you feel. That's how I feel. You know, I see some of the actors we did The Shape with right now, and they're doing
Right.
other things. So I'm like, you bastards, cheating on us.
Don't worry, everybody. They'll be back next month.
I know, no, but it's
Everybody will be back next month.
it's such a cool thing though to be able to do something that connects people in such a, I don't want to say intimate, but it is.
That's right. It's,
It
right.
is.
It's
Yeah.
a family. It's a family atmosphere. It depends on
Yeah.
what set you're on, because that was a parlaying from what you said to what I'm thinking is, what's it like being on different sets with different people? Because we watch a lot of videos or a lot of demo reels and all these different things when we're having actors on, or when we're reviewing actors to possibly audition for things, and you can almost see the difference of the director who is directing the person as opposed to the actor, how they normally perform.
Yes.
Do you ever notice that experience yourself in dealing with directors? Is does a certain director pull a different emotion out of you better than another director? And we're not doing this to name names. I'm just asking as far as like, do you feel that way when a director's talking to you? Do they feel like that person I could do whatever they want because they can explain it so well?
oh, totally.
Mhm.
You know, because some directors, like, I'm not going to call them bad directors, but they're just not as good at explaining what they want. And so I'm kind of like sitting there like, you're asking me for something and I don't know what it is. And then other people, it's just like they make it so clear, and sometimes it even honestly doesn't make sense to anybody else, but it just, you're on the same brainwave.
Yeah, it clicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different kind of directors out there too. I mean, there's directors out there who run their own camera. Because that's their style. I mean, Aaron does a lot of his own filming too, but he's also an actor's director because he sits down. There's actually a beautiful, I can't remember if it was just a picture or an actual part of a video of him laying on the floor with Kendra and Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
When they're getting ready to have their emotional scene. And as soon as they get done talking, he gets up off the floor. The scene came out great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just those kind of directors like that. There you go, Aaron. There's your stroke for the day.
Oh, I appreciate that.
But anyway, but there's also directors who are just, I mean, they're more camera oriented and they know how every shot's going to be, and they shoot a beautiful movie, but then, they don't have that connection. So that's where it's really good to have a good team around you, to where one person can do one thing better, or also to be able to float those things.
Yeah, I think it's important to focus on everybody. Every person that's there helping you make something. You know what I mean? Everybody.
Definitely.
Everybody matters. It's a strange thing, and if you're not connected to all of them, someone's going to feel left out, and that vibe resonates, I think. Yeah. I mean, I honestly believe that, down to somebody who's just helping out a PA. It doesn't matter. In my mind, because without them there, I'm taken away from doing something else, and I can't focus on what I'm doing. Chuck couldn't do what he's doing. These actors can't do what they're doing in the same regard. So everybody is important. So if you can't connect with everybody to make them feel a part of this production, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's the right way. I really don't. And that's that family thing, like you're talking about. Like when you're on a set and it feels that way, it's gold.
Yeah.
Truly.
It is. It really is. And you've experienced that, though.
Yeah.
I love that. Good for you, because that's what you should look for every time.
It's a great thing, because sometimes you have like the opposite, and there's just like something there, and you have this like bad energy and like this bad vibe going on, and you're just like, something is off.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings everyone down.
It brings everybody down. You're absolutely right, it does. And see, you're learning that young. That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, because you'll know. Yeah, I mean, you could teach them. Yeah, you could be the leader.
You'll teach all the adults how to bring the vibe up. Make sure everybody's having a good time.
Tell those fuckers what's up. You know what I mean? Seriously. Oh, man. Yeah. Acting's weird.
It is.
Industry's weird. It really is. We're make-believe stuff. We're playing. Yeah. And we're trying to, grow ourselves and create this art that we call film. Tell these stories, create these characters, and hopefully make a living at something doing this. You know what I mean? That's where most people are at. That's what they want to do. But we're just playing.
Mm-hmm.
Careful, don't oversell that, because then that goes back to everybody saying, "Well, it's not a real job."
I know, but it is work. That's the thing.
It's a lot of work.
It's you're working your ass off to play. But is it playing? I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
reminds me of as a kid, I'd play like house with my friends when they
Right.
come over, and it's just like, who's the mom, who's that? But it's like extreme house. You're putting yourself really into there.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I'm the mom, ha ha ha, let me make dinner. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
really getting into the nitty gritty of like real relationships. and
That's
stuff.
right. That's right. I remember.
And why is there always a light? Every time I turn around, there's a light right now. Oh my gosh, there's a light right there.
I remember
Striking.
playing War when I was a kid by myself out in the woods, all the time. I'd go out there and I didn't even have a prop gun. Sometimes I'd have like a cap gun. You know, remember the cap guns? You put the little caps in.
All you need is a long stick.
You need a long stick with a little handle.
Just hold it,
Yeah,
hold
that's
it
what I
in.
did. I did it all by myself. I was kicking ass in the woods, fighting aliens, all kinds
No
of
wonder
stuff.
you think you can do anything. You always play with yourself.
Yeah,
By yourself.
I do. That's why I did a podcast on it, too. Anyway, but you're right. It's the same feeling. So whenever we're doing something, it's that feeling comes back to me. It reminds me of, wow, when I was a kid, I used to do this. This is fun. That's what I mean by playing.
Yeah.
But it is work. It is. What's the longest you've been on set?
Oh man, I don't know. There's been some long days. Like, I want to say one of them was just a whole day, right? 24 hours.
Man.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man.
I wasn't gonna call him out like that, but.
Peter Anthony,
Yeah.
Well, look
our
at you,
dear,
Peter.
dear friend, Peter.
We're all guilty. We all forced you guys to stay. We locked the door. And
But the
Made
important
him do it.
The important thing was that she had her family member with her, so that way it was all nice
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
and
true.
legal.
Yeah.
You people who like to scrutinize about that shit.
Yeah. It's I can't get out of the fact that anytime I'm trying to do something different in my life, I always come back to this stuff. You know, I always come back here. Like this is where I know we need to be. Not just a podcast. I mean, making movies and stuff, telling stories. That's where I need to be. So with school, and you thinking about that, have you thought of how that could pull you in a different direction at all from this, or do you feel like this is where you need to be doing this?
I feel like ultimately, similarly, I just always come back to acting. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna go to college and do this, but I'm also definitely gonna keep acting. And that's just kind of like always the thing. It's like, I don't know what school, I don't know what major, I don't know anything, but I know that I'm gonna keep acting while I'm doing it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you're meant to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. What oh, go ahead, Chuck.
I was just saying, so what's the most recent thing you've been in, and what's coming up?
The most recent thing I've been in wrapped like a week ago.
Okay.
I've lost track of all time. Something like that.
You lost track of all time?
Pretty much.
You're 17. It's a little early for Alzheimer's.
Man, I don't know. Parents,
fast.
I'm blaming them.
It's Dad's fault.
Yeah.
You get thrown under the bus, bro.
Too many times you just
Welcome
turn
to
around
Around the Reel.
Dad, what day is it? It's Tuesday. What happened to the weekend?
It goes by so fast. It's crazy.
So what'd you just wrap on?
I just wrapped on Ouija,
Okay.
Jason Hawkins' film. Very, very, very fun. I'm excited for it. Well, I'm technically not fully wrapped. We have one more day.
Well,
Okay.
there's
All
always there's always there's always one more thing or the possibility of some reshoots
mostly
or
right.
whatever.
And then I'm about to start on Mark Savage's Killcraft,
Okay.
which is going to be really cool. I'm excited. It's not a horror movie, which is a big deal for me.
Yeah, you get in a lot of those, aren't you?
I do.
Yeah, you like the horror.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Not
right.
that it's bad. I love the horror movies.
I know, I do
but,
too. I
yeah.
do. They're fun. What is can you tell us anything about any of those, Ouija or Killcraft?
Well,
Without putting too much out there?
I will try my best.
Okay, go for it.
I
Go for it.
refuse to be the spoiler person. So,
Right, right.
Nobody wants to be Mark Ruffalo.
Ouija is, well, you know, about the girl and her family, and basically she has this mom, and her mom is struggling. We'll say she's struggling. And I am her eldest daughter, and I have a little sister, and basically she is taking us and moving us everywhere.
Okay.
And I stumble upon a Ouija board.
Like Linda Blair. Mm-mm-mm.
Of course, you might have to make more of the reference because she might not know who that is or what the
Exorcist.
I know.
Yeah. Or Witchboard. What was that lady's name? Remember that one? That was a great movie.
Tawny Katane.
Yeah, for Whitesnake's
Yep.
woman. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Don't
sorry.
Don't start singing.
I know.
Yeah. And I find a Ouija board.
She finds her Ouija board.
I know. Sorry.
And, you know, stuff happens.
That, you
Stuff
know-
goes down. You
Okay.
know?
Nothing ever good.
Okay.
Oh, look at the Ouija board.
Yeah,
And
no,
the end.
it's a
That never
totally-
happens.
It's a totally happy story after that, you
Yeah.
know? Like, we just go on to live our lives and nothing happens. And that's not what happens.
Yeah. Well, how come they've never made a movie about a Ouija board being nice? Can you give me any nice
Helpful?
ghosts ever? ever. You can't ever meet a nice one.
Where are my car keys?
You know what I mean? Why can't you meet
Check
a
the
nice
freezer.
one? Like Casper. Can you meet Casper the Friendly Ghost through a Ouija board?
Guys, I think we've got a new film idea.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, that would throw everybody off. Ouija Part 2, and it's some like home family movie.
Yeah.
Or
No, it's a
ghosts helping.
musical.
A faith-based musical.
Yes.
Okay, so that's Ouija. All right,
Yes.
what's the Killcraft? What's that one?
Killcraft is more of an action thriller type movie.
I love it. That's my genre. I love that.
Yeah, my dad in the movie, he is an assassin.
Oh,
and
shit.
My mom is a quadriplegic, and so to help her survive, essentially, he has to do that. And then he dies, and then I take over to keep her alive.
Keep her alive.
You gotta
Wow.
keep the family
Okay.
business going.
Yeah. That sounds badass. Did you get to any action scene?
Well, I haven't done it yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All
starting.
right.
It's gonna be
But you
starting
read the script.
soon.
Will there be action scenes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that's badass.
That's the whole point. It's otherwise it'd be like Ouija board with a
Imagine-
happy
Well,
ending.
there's people in action movies that don't do any action. You know, sometimes there's a character
If
that
I'm
doesn't
taking
get.
Takes
over
over
to
the
be-
family business, and it's not just sitting around like this.
Yeah, but Al Pacino really didn't do anything. He just told people to kill everyone.
Why are we arguing with each other? We have a cat.
I don't know. Okay, that's cool. Biggest question I had for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The biggest one.
Yeah. Is why? Why are you doing this? Why do you like this so much?
Oh, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I'm just kidding. It's a great question because it's just so like it's something that I guess I don't think about all the time,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm doing it and I get caught up in it. But I think it's just because genuinely I just have so much fun. Like I would not want to just go to school, be a normal kid.
Mhm.
What? Why would I want to do that? I like making movies on the weekend, you know? Like, Sanae, what'd you do during your Christmas break? Oh, I just filmed a movie. Oh, Sanae, why were you gone for 2 weeks? Oh, I was filming.
Right.
What were you doing? Like, and I think it just brings so many unique opportunities that, like, people my age don't often get. Like, I did a Western back in the spring.
Okay.
And I got to learn how to ride a horse. I had to learn how to, like, shoot a rifle. I got to, like, go to New Mexico. Like, I don't, in a real scenario, why would I ever go to New Mexico? Like,
You wouldn't, right.
Exactly.
Usually just
Yeah.
drive through really fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I went to New Mexico. I spent like a week and a half there, and it was so much fun. And I think that's part of it. Like, I just think that it is kind of my thing now too.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's an adventure, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
And like we said, I just am kind of courageous. I want to like do new things, and I'm adventurous, and it brings a lot of new things. So.
Right.
I will have to say this: you
It's
are
cool.
now added to Aaron's guests of people that he is jealous of because you made a Western before he did.
I know. It
Ha
sucks.
ha ha.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Whatever. I want to be like Mario Van Peebles and do something badass. No, I haven't done it yet, but I want to. I have a great Western story.
Yeah.
Man, I've always wanted to write that.
I know.
Man,
We've talked about it for 15 years.
it'd be so good. Like, so good. I just gotta find a way to do it. It's great, though. That's cool. What's the Western called, by the way?
It is called Dead River.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I know that one. I haven't watched,
Yes.
well, I haven't watched that one either, but yeah. Okay, Dead River.
Yes.
Okay.
Written and directed by Jerry G. Angelo. Shout
Oh.
out to him.
Okay.
I love him.
Yeah, cool.
And his wonderful partner, Aubrey.
Aubrey, that's her name. Thank you. They were
Yes.
supposed to be on the show. We had to reschedule. We haven't figured it out yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
You'll have to
we'll get
figure it out. They're
We'll get 'em.
great.
Yeah, they sound cool. Yeah,
They are.
I want to meet them.
The funny thing is just so everybody's listening and they know. So when we have to do a reschedule, we can't just move you to the next spot because we actually are booked usually 2 months in advance.
At least, yeah.
So
At
we'll
least.
get the ones we miss.
Yeah, they'll
back on.
catch up. They'll catch up. God, what was I gonna say?
Yes. You can talk about anything.
Oh no, her feelings about acting.
You want to
Yeah.
talk about? Okay, we're gonna talk about your feelings now. This is
No,
a therapy
no, no,
session
no, no.
starting.
Well, I mean, I love her answer about the adventure and doing things that that most aren't able to. It's a great answer. I mean, that's exactly why a lot of us probably do this. It's fun. It feels good. It feels right, right? But what does it do for you? Like, you're feeling these things as an actor, and you're doing these creative things, and you're getting skills. You're learning how to ride a horse. You're shooting a gun. You get to go to New Mexico. You're doing all this fun stuff. But how does it make you feel inside when you're actually when you finish a project. Like, we know you miss your family, you know, that you've created. But like, what is it doing to you? And I know it's a hard question. You know, there's something that I feel when I do this that kind of it motivates me in every aspect of my life. You know, it makes me feel good, like I can accomplish anything. Like if the dishes are stacked in the fucking sink, after I'm filming something, I can do that no problem, you know? And if I'm not doing something creative on the side, outside of that, and time goes by, you know, everything looks monotonous to me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Everything looks hard. Like, oh, I gotta mow the lawn today. It sucks. I don't do it. I take the garbage out. That's bullshit. You know, but then if we're filming something, I can do all that shit. No problem. I don't bitch. I complain. I got a smile on my face and I do it. You have to be creative. I can't describe that feeling. Can you?
I mean, I'm not a person very good at words. I've always been terrible at spelling, so.
You give me somebody's words and I'll put them out there perfectly.
Yeah. No, but I think maybe I would describe it as like, it always brings me that like sigh of relief. And I really like that feeling whenever like I've done something, and it could be different, you know, because when I think about like homework, sometimes there's homework that I don't want to do. Right. It's my math homework. I don't want to just do a bunch of freaking algebra, you know, like it's not fun, but I do get like a sigh of relief. But then there's also other things like, you know, I'm a project person, so I love like the creative projects that we'll get in school or whatever. So they're like, make a model, and I'm like, yay! Okay. And so I'm having fun making this model, but there's still like a sigh of like, it's done and it looks great. And so I think it's a similar feeling to how I feel after filming. You know, it's like I've had all this fun. Maybe there were challenges. Maybe it wasn't as challenging. Mm-hmm. That doesn't usually happen with either projects or filming, but
well,
you know,
the easiest thing I've ever done.
It could hypothetically, but just every time I come back from it, and I'm just like, wow, that it looks great. It feels good to be done. But a part of me is also sad. And a part of me is also just...
Right. Okay. That's right. And then you bounce to another one because you need to do it again.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a little bit addicting, you know?
It is. It's infatuating. It really is.
The word you were looking for, by the way, when you're doing things and all of a sudden it makes all the monotonous things seem easier. The expression that you were looking for, how you feel, Aaron, is hard for you to remember.
Oh, what is that?
It's called joy.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, not her, but the feeling is called joy.
How do you spell that?
Joy?
I'm just kidding.
Depends on who you're talking to. But no, I mean, that's what it is. It's you have a moment of joy in your life, which means that everything else in your life that you have to do is easy when you actually are experiencing happiness. It's a chemical reaction in your brain. Yeah. Euphoria, all those wonderful things. I'm trying to think of the cleanest way of saying this without making this a really bad episode.
No, I got you. But joy. Yeah,
joy.
Yeah, it brings joy. It does. I mean, that's a good one, Chuck. It is. Genuine joy. Yep. Yeah, because happiness comes in spurts.
Yes.
You know, but joy is a
feeling. It's everything. Yeah. If you have joy in your life, then every day is obtainable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when you only have moments of happiness, that's why it's called moments.
Yes.
But if you actually can experience joy that is lasting, then that's what makes doing everything every day possible. Wow, I sound like my video this morning.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
no, you're right.
I swear
it's
to God,
good.
I've heard this in like chapel at my school.
Yeah, this is motivational, Chuck. It's good. No, it is good. It's good stuff. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that joy when you do this stuff? Okay, that's good. I love that. Wow, Chuck. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's joy. I didn't know. I didn't know. I had no idea how to describe it. But that's it.
No, seriously, it's like those like little things. It just like, I don't know. You get lost in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember I had like relationships class at my school. Okay. And I was just like describing being very stressed and like, I don't remember what I said, but something very like an example or whatever. And then someone in the class was like, Sanae, I think that's called anxiety. And I was just like,
oh shit.
You know what? I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, that comes too. I don't like that feeling.
No.
But I don't mind. There's a good anxiety and a bad anxiety.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, it depends on how you look at it.
Oh yeah, I think I described it as impending doom.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
I look at anxiety as anticipation.
Yes.
You know that feeling of butterflies?
A better
Yeah,
anxiety.
yeah. I look at it always that way, and it excites me, and then I try to use that energy to do what I'm doing. That's how I try to look at it.
It's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's how I do it. So I mean, if I feel fear in that regard, where anxiety starts setting in, I know it's a good thing. I've always searched for that. I've said that before on the show, but anyway.
I'm gonna remember that because one of these times when I'm prepping something on one of our sets and I'm doing something and Aaron walks up to me and is like, "Are you okay? Think of the butterflies."
Okay, yeah, no, do that. Yeah, that's better than snapping at me.
Get that fucking camera out of my face. He's doing behind the scenes and I'm like struggling trying to fix something and I'm like, "Get away from me."
I know he's so mad. Okay, that's good stuff. That's really good stuff. What's it like being, a young actress and working with your dad and having him help you do this stuff and get you going? I mean, talk about that support there, because I truly believe, and I know this for a fucking fact, that we all need somebody to get our back. We need it to know that we're on the right path, that we're capable, and it looks like your dad's been that guy, your mom's been that lady. So what's that like? What's that feel like?
Definitely. It's hit and miss. It's good and bad.
Okay. And you're going to say this right in front of him too.
Of course.
I love it. I love it.
She's gonna go to New York by herself. She's
I love
got Wavels.
I love it. Go for it.
No, and I think I've definitely told my mom, because we're definitely close in the sense of like when I have to talk about something, I just go to her. Not that I don't trust my dad or anything like that. It's just like she happens to be the one that I do go to. I think it's because we're both ladies.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the whole girl thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead. Keep talking. Don't let me stop you.
These guys are just gonna grumble for a minute. Go ahead and continue.
But yeah, and then it's kind of similar with my dad. I talk to him quite a bit too. But working with family is good and bad, because I'm very much for a separate work-life balance, because as much as I love my work and acting and everything, like I said before, I'm a person that needs breaks. Like if it's a day, if it's an hour, like I just need me time. And so sometimes it gets a little bit blurred with working with family, because sometimes I'll just be minding my own business, and my dad will be like, hey, like you've got this like thing coming up, and I'll just be like, I cannot right now, dude. Like, I can't. You don't talk about it right now.
I'm no good for you for the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but then it has its pluses too, because him being my dad, he's more understanding of like my feelings, which I think sometimes just having like an agent or a manager, they don't really care.
They're not going to
as
put the
much.
emotion in.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, oh, you are super busy and really stressed out. I don't really care. Like,
Right.
but my dad, of course, and my mom, they care about that.
Yeah,
And
they love you.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
What? They love me?
Yeah, they love you. Yeah.
That's new information. I didn't know that.
You are part of the joy that is in their life.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes you probably are the only thing
No.
that brings them joy. Really. Yeah, it's true. I know. Look at that. Ooh.
Whoa.
No pressure, by the way.
I'd drop the mic if I could.
Mic drop. Just life changed. No. But, yeah, no. He's amazing.
Yeah, he is. He is. He believes in you.
He does.
Yeah, and he
He's
always
definitely
has.
my biggest supporter. I mean, him and my mom are. And they always are just going, like, above and beyond. Like, I talk about how stressed I am sometimes and how, like, I have anxiety. I don't even know how he does it, because he helps me with this,
Yeah.
but he also makes
his
the
own
money,
stuff. Yeah, he's got
pays
his own
bills,
shit. Yeah.
goes to work.
Yeah.
And then, there's always, like, family things going on. There's health things going on. So it's like...
life is going on. It's
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah. You know
So-
why he can do it? Because he's a badass. That's why.
It's true.
Yeah. You got to be. Yeah. And that's something you can emulate, and you are. That's what's cool. You've got a role model there that is old school, and he's pushing you in a direction where on those days that you want to have a break, your me time. He's like, fuck me time. We got shit to do. I mean, that's how it is. That's how we used to.
If we
when
finish these things
if
now,
you grew up in the
more
70s,
me
that's
time
what you
later.
are. Yeah. So, but that's cool that he can still hear you and still listen and respect you and what you need
Yeah.
and balance that out, because that's what it's about. Because we may be old school, but we need to adapt because things change. times change, people change.
Wow.
So yeah,
That is the only constant.
that sucks though.
Change.
Look, especially when you're old school, you're like, oh fuck. But no,
you seem to be
that's
doing
the
okay with
mentality.
your iPhone 7, so you're catching up slowly with everybody
I
else.
am. I do. I have an iPhone 7 Plus. It's a plus, Chuck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I still get the button. It's cool.
Ah.
Yeah, it works. I love that phone. I'm really impressed with you, Sanae. Seriously, you've done a lot of cool stuff. You really have. You should be very proud of yourself. Seriously. Did you ever take acting classes or anything, or did you just jump into this?
Oh yeah, I took a lot of acting classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you get anything out of those?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I definitely, when I was shaking them, I was like, what? This is all the same stuff. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not getting anything from this. But then, like, now, years after taking them, I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely, like, using this from Angela right now, this from Patty right now. Like, so I'm like, okay, I guess they were worth it.
helps.
Even though I was, like, not wanting to spend my Saturday like that. But,
It slips in there.
yeah.
Yeah, on the low. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Well, you got to practice.
Exactly.
Just like anything else, you got to go to the gym, you got to keep working out, If you want to be a good cook, you got to keep cooking.
No, right, and that's like the interesting thing is like I'd never realized that before. And so like when I'm younger, I'm not like working as much as like I do now. And so then I'm like, why do I have to do all of this? But I mean, after not having a project for like 3 months, you're like, oh, I'm seeing why that was a good idea now.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps your shit quick. That's what I say. Yeah. You got to practice. That's cool. What's your next step? What's your goal? What are you working on next? And besides the kill count, anything else? What's your fucking goal?
Kill
Kill craft. Sorry. I say kill count because that's like a title in a movie. I have it in a book I wrote down. Kill count. Sorry. I was like,
Great, now Aaron's giving away his own shit in the future.
I know. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. I like action movies. No, but what is your main goal? What's your focus? Where do you think you're gonna be? Do you have any idea, or what do you imagine yourself being down the road? Do you have any idea? If you do, how do you do that?
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, no, it's funny. Like some of my friends, they're very much that way, and they're super like, I'm gonna make a goal and I'm going to do it, and I'm just like, girl, I don't know how you're doing that. Like, I can't pinpoint one thing. I just keep going and it goes where it goes at this point. Like, and I like it that way. It's pretty fun.
I know.
There's like an element of mystery there.
Right? I agree. You think creative people are the only ones that do that? I think so.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because there's so many options. So how do you know? How do you narrow it down? If you've got blinders on and you're like, I'm going to be an electrician, and then you go and be an electrician. Nothing wrong with that. That's badass. You had a goal, you did it. But with someone like me, I'm like, I don't know. It's so wide open. Those, when you get the barn doors on the camera and you want to open it up to get the light, my shit's wide open. I was like, I don't have any really.
So you're a little oversaturated?
Yeah.
My brother is very much like just so focused on what he wants.
Yeah.
We are literally opposites because he's just so narrow-minded and like, I'm going to do this and it's going to happen and nothing is going to stop me from doing that. And even if I'm given better opportunities, I'm not accepting it.
I'm going straight forward.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
And I'm just like, okay, but now he's kind of at a place where he's reached that and he's still got to keep going. And he's like, I don't know what to do now. I already got it. And I'm just like, don't ask me, man. That's not how my life is going. So
yeah, I don't know if that's a good way or a bad way. I don't know. I know that people have been successful that way. Yeah, they've been successful with their barn doors wide open too. I don't think there's a right way.
No.
I don't think so.
Speaking as a nerd and a dad, and for somebody who's getting ready to go to college, you're going to have to find a goal soon before the payments start going out for classes. Just you got to pick something to dial it in a little bit.
Fine arts or something. She'll do something. It's still vague, but life will guide her where she needs to go.
Sometimes we pinpoint like small things. I'm like, I have to visit this place on the journey, but I don't know where it's ending up. Right?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent.
That is
for me.
exactly. Yeah. That is the equivalent.
You take the next step, and the next steps might seem harder, but it'll be better than the last step you just took. Same thing as making movies. The next movie you make will be better than the last movie you just made. Yeah. As far as being filmmakers, I'm not going to speak for actresses because that's different things. So, excuse me. But that's the same kind of thing. We talk about that all the time, too, is the fact that, whatever you do next has the potential of being better, whether it be because you have better gear, or because you have better people with you, or because you have better opportunity.
Yeah. That's a good point, though. I mean, and I've never asked that question. That's a good question, Chuck. So, as an actress, have you seen your performances get better with every movie you do?
Definitely.
Really?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Especially just like, because I started so young, right? So I look at stuff that I did in like junior high, and I'm just like, I cringe so hard. I'm just like, why did you do that, Sanae? And then I'm like, well, I was also in junior high, so that's probably why I did. But,
right.
And like we've been saying, like just practice. So just doing more.
You get better.
You get better. You learn more.
Mm-hmm.
You gain more skills. Especially like. For me, I do a lot of horror, and so when I do a different genre, we're unlocking a new emotion we didn't even have before.
Yeah, I get it.
And you have to remember, too, I mean, as much as the human has developed, especially for young actors and actresses, it's like they haven't experienced enough life to even understand all of the words that's being used in the scene.
That's true, but they also
feeling behind it all.
But they have this great imagination.
Yes.
And that saves them. In fact, sometimes that imagination does better than our tainted lives that we pull from. You know what I mean? It does. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, when I was 6, do you think I really knew what the word indubitably meant? But it was in the script, and I said it. And I said it with confidence.
I don't even know what that means.
It means like, okay, yeah.
Oh, shit, okay. Yeah. Indubitably?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to use that all the time.
Great.
Yeah, indubitably.
So first, let's work on saying the guest name right.
Yeah, I'll work on new words.
Yeah.
I'll do that first. It's a good point, Chuck. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that you're 17 years old, been doing this since you were 4 years old, and are as captivating as you are.
Oh.
No, that's a fucking cool thing. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you've got, the team of people behind you, because you do have a gift, and you got to keep giving that gift, just like Coach Rick says. You got to give your gift. You are gifted and talented to do this. I've seen it. I saw Roseblood. I'll watch something else. I'll probably have more to say. That's the bad part. I'll watch the Parish. I'm like, fuck, I should have talked to her about the Parish. Shit. Seriously. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. And then we'll have you on the show again. Because we're like, okay, now let's go back. I know this was 3 years ago, but we got to talk about the Parish because that shit was dope. That's where I'll be. But, good for you. It's really, really impressive to see somebody young who can inspire someone old like me to go, yeah. Yeah.
He needed some inspiration this week, too.
I always do.
Yeah.
I need it every week.
That wasn't from himself.
Correct, yeah. Self-pumping is, well, that's gross, but no, that's fantastic. I'm really, really digging this conversation. Really, seriously. Seeing your excitement in your eyes, and when you're talking about being on those sets and going to New York and trying to figure out where you want to go at school and still being pulled back to acting and just all that stuff is really, it's really fun. I put myself in your shoes almost, and I'm like, man, if I was a kid, if I was doing all that, how would I feel? What would that feel like? Man, that's magical.
It's also impolite to refer to her as a child since she's 17. She's almost, she's there.
Yeah, she's right at the cusp.
Keep calling her a kid.
Well, I call everybody a kid. They can be 35 and they're a kid to me. It's like,
I love working with that kid. Dude, he's 37 years old.
I know, I've said that before. But it's true, I feel old. I feel worn out.
It's okay. Sometimes I call the freshmen toddlers, so.
Yeah.
Toddlers.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only a 4-year gap.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they're fucking kids. I get where she's coming from. Mm-hmm. Man, good stuff. Well, Sanae, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been
awesome.
so much fun.
It's awesome. You got any last words? Any movies you want to pull, whatever?
Yeah, well, I'm going to push Ouija again. I'm going to push Killcraft again.
Okay.
I've got Cody Newton's 259 in August I'm going to be working on, so I'm going to push that. Dead River yet again. Push.
Where can you find any of your movies that are out right now?
I believe they're on Amazon.
Okay.
And I'm looking at Dad. He's managing.
You can find The Parish on Amazon Prime. You can find Roseblood on YouTube.
Jeez, he's got this better than I do.
Yeah, he does.
That's the announcer voice coming out.
Vengeance on YouTube.
Oh, yeah,
Vengeance. I
Vengeance.
still have to watch that
Vengeance
one. Shit, I forgot to watch that one still.
And Vengeance 2.
Vengeance
Peter will be
2
mad because
coming out. It's not out yet, but it'll be coming out soon.
There you go. So Vengeance.
Got some big
Vengeance 2.
surprises in there.
Vengeance 2. I heard the kill counts Okay, badass.
Now he keeps saying kill count.
Fans are gonna poop bricks.
They're gonna poop bricks.
Bricks.
It's really good.
Okay. No, it looks good. It looks good. Yeah, we've heard some cool stuff about it. Good. Good for you. Keep going. Keep doing it.
Thanks.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Can't stop. Won't
No.
stop.
Good for you. That's badass. Yeah, I love it. All right then, Chuck.
Thank you for joining us down around the reel. It's been fun. It's been exciting. I love talking to actors. I love talking to everybody we talk to, but I love talking to actors and getting an idea of what it's like for them being on different sets and the experiences that they have, especially for somebody who's been doing this almost as long as we have, even though she's only 17 years old.
Wait a minute, that's fucked.
I know.
If you think about it.
I know. You're just so old.
We've been making movies for 20 years. You're almost caught up with us.
I know.
You're not even 20.
And
we suck.
And
We suck so bad.
And her first stuff is probably still better than ours. But still, the important thing is she joined us today to talk about her life, what's coming up next, what it's been like for her in this wonderful career while also being a kid and being in school. And it's been great getting to know you. So thank you so much for joining us today, Sanae. It's been wonderful getting to know you. And everybody out there, remember, think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
We'll see everybody later.
For those of you that want to be a guest on Around the Reel, please email Sam at aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
Not Messenger. Do not message Aaron on Messenger, because then he has to send you a message that says email Sam at aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
How come they can't just message me again?
Because nobody wants to fucking talk to you.
Can anybody reach out? That's an artist, filmmaker, actor?
If you're an artist of any kind, we want to hear from you.
But we are going to vet the crap out of you.
We don't care if you make millions of dollars in Hollywood or if you're just beginning your career in the art industry. We don't care. So everybody that wants to be on Around the Reel, yes, we want you.
That's aroundthereel253@gmail.com.